Mapuans build great things. The first 16-bit microchip and Windows graphics accelerator built by a Mapuan, Dato Banatao. Windows turned into environment-friendly solar panels. A leading local business enterprise built by Alfonso Sopetrani. A system that studies earthquakes. A nano-satellite that gathers data from outer space. Award-winning Filipino films watched around the world. What if we told you you could build any of these things? Or all of them? Let's get to building. Be a Mapuan and build something great.
There we go. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Luis from Mapua Center for Continuing Education and Special Competencies, your program host for today. And together with me is, of course, my partner, Zeph. Hi, Zeph. Good afternoon.
Yes, hello. Good afternoon, Sir Luis. Thank you. Then, hi, everyone. I'm Zeph from Mapua CCSE also. Welcome to Green Building Certification with LEED Rating System. Then to remind everyone, please do accomplish our event evaluation to get your certificate of attendance. And then for those who are watching on our FB Live, yes, you can also get your certificate of attendance. Just accomplish the event evaluation. And then please take note, unauthorized recording is not allowed. Recording of the webinar may result in invalidating your participation. Sir Luis?
There you go. Thank you, Zeph, for the reminder. Again, shout out to all the viewers we have on Facebook Live, and also, of course, participants that is also here in the Zoom. So, yeah, if you have inquiries about Mapua's ESE short courses, whether it is IT, soft skills, engineering, safety, etc., please do check and follow our website and social media accounts. So let's start. You may raise your questions in the Q&A portion, and we shall try to answer all of them later. And our speaker is our very own, of course, Mr. Ryan Ben Sabilala. So Sir Ryan Ben is the first Filipino in the Middle East region to achieve both. I'm sorry, I'm reading the second one. I'm sorry. There you go. So Sir Ryan Ben Sabilala is actually interest and advocacy in sustainable built environment or green buildings started in 2013. And 2 years later, he started to conduct awareness and training sessions, reaching hundreds of professionals and students. And then by 2017, he joined DEWA, a utility company in Dubai, to work with the sustainability team responsible for transforming their faculty to inclusive, resilient, healthy, and sustainable built environment, and to achieve green building certifications. There you go. The one you see in your screen is actually the profile of our speaker for today. So aside from that, he holds several internationally recognized certificates and credentials. To name few, he is a LEED accredited professional for both building design and construction, and operation and maintenance by U.S. Green Building Council. He is also a certified project management professional by PMI, or Project Management Institute, a certified professional in engineering management by American Society for Engineering Management, and well-accredited professional by International Building Institute. So next one here is Sir Ryan Ben is the first Filipino in the Middle East region to achieve both EDGE expert and EDGE auditor credential, and to be the member of USGBC faculty. He was also selected as one of the 50 outstanding alumni in Bicol University during its 50th founding anniversary in September 2019, assessed based on scholarship, character, leadership, and of course, service. He continues to inspire and influence decision makers to adopt sustainability and address issues concerning the triple bottom line. And then lastly, Sir Ryan Ben is a mechanical engineer, holds a master's degree in construction management, and currently pursuing doctor in engineering management in Polytechnic University of the Philippines. Woo, thank you so much for that. So let's all welcome Sir Ryan Ben. Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon po.
Hello, sir. Thank you for the kind introduction.
Of course, of course.
Kala ko so iklian niya. Thank you so much.
Welcome, sir.
Sir, the floor is yours,
the floor is
sir.
now yours.
Okay, sir. I will share my screen. Okay, is my presentation visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, again, thank you, sir, for the kind introduction. Again, my name is Ryan Ben Sabilala. I am a lead AP Building Design and Construction and Operation and Maintenance. And my topic for today is regarding green building certification using the LEED rating system, which stands for the Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. I hope some of you here knows about what is LEED rating system. If not, then we will be discussing it these few minutes. So to begin with, my objective for today is to discuss to you about some of the green building benefits, as well as to provide you an overview about what are some of the green building rating systems around the world. And we will introduce you to the LEED rating system and its framework, as well as the certification process, and how can you get involved, or how can you become a LEED accredited professional. So to begin this webinar, I would like to show this graphical representation. This is what you call the warming stripe. So it is a graphical representation of the change in the global average temperature as measured over the past 100 years. So each single stripe represents the average temperature for over a year from 1850 to 2020. So the warming stripe calls for an urgent action to act on the climate change. So for the past 100 years, the global temperatures have increased by over 1.2 degrees Celsius, as we have known it. So this means that in a very short span of time, we are altering our planet's climate. We have seen the rising sea level, the extreme weather temperatures, weather patterns, the rise in global average temperature, as well as the decline in the polar ice caps, forest fires, and there are studies also that climate change has intensified the spread of the coronavirus. So to illustrate further what those warming stripe is telling us, here is a visualization of the global average temperature on a year-on-year basis from the 1800s to present. So our planet, as what you can see here, is evidently warming at unprecedented pace. So what can be the cause of this global warming? So you can see here, for the past thousands of years, it is evident that we never breached the 300 parts per million of carbon dioxide. According to the IPCC, or the Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change, it is unequivocal that human influence has warmed the atmosphere, the ocean and land, and widespread and rapid changes in the atmosphere, ocean, cryosphere, and biosphere have occurred. So the main culprit for our climate change right now is none other than but us. It is a human-induced carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So we are on a climate crisis, and our existence is at risk, and due to existing or the increasing severity of climate events. So the question right now is, what can we do? So in terms of the building sector, the buildings are responsible for 30% of the global carbon emissions. So we have an opportunity in buildings as one of the top contributor of the carbon emission. The World Green Building Council has targeted net zero carbon by 2030 for new buildings and by 2050 for existing buildings. So again, we have one opportunity to lessen our carbon emissions through the building sector. But I do not necessarily mean that the building sector is the sole solution. We need to have a holistic approach, meaning every single industry has to play its significant role in contributing to lessening the greenhouse gas emission. The World Green Building Council was formed to commit to limiting the global temperature rise to 2 degrees Celsius, as well as the building and construction sector carbon dioxide emission by 84 gigatons, and ensure that buildings are net zero emissions in 2030 as well as in 2050. The World Green Building Council, the WGBC, is a non-profit organization, and it is composed of global network of national green building councils. So our country, Philippines, is well represented by the Philippine Green Building Council. And in US, we have the US Green Building Council. So US is one of the founding member of the World Green Building Council. Just take note that each Green Building Council has its own green building rating system. It's either established or they are still forming their own rating system. So in Philippines, we have our own green building rating system, which is Verde. And the US has its own green building rating system, which is the LEED rating system. So as far as I know, Philippines is currently adopting these different types of green building rating system. We have the PGBI, which is the green rating system, which is in short for geared for resiliency and energy efficiency for the environment. We have also the BERDE from PhilGBC, which is building for ecologically responsive design and excellence. And I believe that PGBI is also adopting EDGE, which is the excellence in design for greater efficiencies. And I've seen projects also in Philippines that adopts the IWBI's well building standard, which is primarily a human-centered green building rating system that is focused on primarily on health and wellness of the occupants. And of course, we have also several LEED certified buildings in the Philippines. Here in UAE, there are several. Because I'm based here in UAE, we are adopting several rating system as well. We have Al-Safat in Dubai and under the Emirates Green Building Council, Barjil, which is in Ras Al Khaimah, and Green Key, which is for hospitality. They are also using the Living Building Challenge Zero Energy Certification, Fitwell, as well as Well Building Standard, and also LEED. The good thing here in UAE is that they have one green building rating system, which is mandatory, which is mandated by the government to be adopted as a minimum, which is the STDAMA. So, if you know about the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, out of 17 SDGs, 9 is addressed by green buildings. It is addressed through the design, construction, and operations of green buildings. Some of which are with regards to promoting circularity or circular economy, as well as promoting the use of renewable energy in order to renewable energy or clean energy. And green buildings produce fewer emissions, which is addressing the climate change, which is the one of the UN SDG number 13. So according to USGBC's studies, green buildings uses 25% less energy, as well as 34% less in terms of carbon emissions, and 11% in water use, and lesser maintenance cost by 9%. So some more benefits when it comes to incorporating sustainability on the built environment is based on the productivity of the building occupant. According to studies in Harvard, there is a record of 101% increase in cognitive scores for the building occupants when green building strategies are being implemented. So at the heart of the green building strategies, we have what we call the sustainability pillars, the 3 pillars of sustainability, which is what we call also the triple bottom line, or people, planet, or profit. In some other countries, they are adopting the 4th pillar of sustainability, which is culture. So going forward with LEED again means leadership in energy and environmental design. It is a preeminent program for the design, construction, maintenance, and operation of high-performance green buildings. It was created by the US Green Building Council. So USGBC's LEED is one of the globally adopted green building rating system. Then LEED also is a framework wherein the project team is being guided in order to adopt and identify the sustainability measures to be implemented in their projects that will ensure that there will be a operational gains later on, which is energy savings, water savings, healthy spaces, as well as the right tool to manage and select the right material which are sustainable, which can be used in sustainably. So LEED here as a framework is like an ingredient to your building. So since 1998, LEED has evolved and released several versions. So at present, we have LEED version 4.1, which adapts the most current standards and applies years of project experiences and lessons learned by the USGBC and the green building community. So currently, LEED version 4.1 is still on its beta version, and the project has the option to use it in part or through credit substitution or in full. So, but for the LEED exam, if you are interested in pursuing a LEED exam, the exam is based on LEED version 4. So later we will discuss about it. So LEED's mission is green buildings for everyone within this generation. And USGBC's, I like USGBC's statement that partnership is the new leadership. So USGBC is currently partnering with other green building council. So they are not just confined within their space, but they are also partnering with other green building councils within the World Green Building Council in order to achieve the potential of every single individual, community, as well as the whole of one country in order to adopt sustainability in the built environment. So going forward with the LEED structure, we will discuss about the minimum program requirements, the credit categories, the prerequisites and credits, and how points are being allocated in LEED, as well as the roles of USGBC and GBCI when it comes to the LEED rating system and LEED certification. So one of the mandatory requirements for the LEED certification is to adhere with the minimum program requirements. So this is the requirement. These are the requirements that needs to be adhered to by the project team first before registering the project. To be eligible for LEED certification, again, the project must check first if the project meets the MPR. So the project's certification may be revoked if found to be non-compliance with this MPR. So this MPR provides or give clear guidance to customers. It also protects the integrity of the LEED program as a whole, and as well as reduce complications that occur during the LEED certification process. So there are three MPR or the minimum program requirements. One is that the project must be in a permanent location or on an existing land, and it has to have reasonable LEED boundaries and must comply with the project size requirements. So going forward, we have two terms that are important in LEED certification. We have the prerequisites and also the credits. So when your project participates in LEED certification, the project must select the applicable strategy that suits the project and achieve the requirement. So the requirements of LEED are grouped into credit categories, and we have 9 general categories such as the integrity process, sustainable sites, we have water efficiency, energy and atmosphere, material and resources, the indoor environmental quality, as well as sustainable sites. So there are specific credit categories that apply only to a rating system. We have in LEED homes, we have the awareness and educations, as well as location and linkages. So in LEED, we have a total of 100 points for the basic credit categories, And additional 10 points as bonus points is awarded to the project team if they achieve the additional credit requirements, which is under the innovation design and regional priority. So in LEED prerequisites, they are mandatory. They have no points. And in credits, points are awarded based on the point allocation, which was identified by the USGBC steering committees. So this is a typical LEED project checklist. Some projects, they call it as a LEED scorecard. So basically, this is the one important document that a LEED professional has to have, because the buy-in, there should be a buy-in between the project team and the owner for what will be the credit that needs to be achieved by the project team. So again, as you can see here, for example, for the sustainable sites, you have the prerequisite, which is required. So that is 0 point. And the project team can select the credits here, which are optional for the project team to select. As long as the project team achieves a minimum of 40 points, the project team can go for LEED certification. If not, then they cannot register the project for certification. So the project team minimum LEED score should be 40 points. So depending on the selected credits that the project team pursue, it can go for silver, gold, or platinum certification level. Again, it is the discretion of the project team to choose the best strategies in order to achieve the LEED credits. So in my experience, basically, we focus first on the energy and atmosphere, because out of 100 points, it comprises around 30% of the total LEED score. So we focus first on how to save energy for the project, because it will be an operational gain later on. So if your project is designed to save this much energy, then whatever investment that the project team has chosen will be recovered later on during the operation. So how these LEED points are allocated? So it is based on the question, what should a LEED project accomplish? So as you can see here, if the credit is addressing elements about climate change, it will have the highest point. So going back to the scorecard, so you can see here that if the project team is achieving a higher energy savings during the design or during operations of the building, it will achieve the highest point, which is under the optimized energy performance, which is 18 points. So this one, because we know that when we save energy, we will need lesser carbon emission. So the lesser carbon emission, which will be better, because it will address the issues with regards to global warming. So these are the LEED impact categories. We call it impact categories for in LEED perspective. So in terms of it addresses LEED addresses climate change, about human health, about human water resources, natural resources as well, biodiversity, as well as green economy through circular economy, and with regards to the impact to the community. So the certification levels for LEED, if you have already been into a LEED certified project, sometimes you can see that they are advertising that it is LEED Silver certified projects. So there's a corresponding points for each certification level. So the lowest point or the basic point for certification is 40 to 49 points, which is the LEED certified. Then 50 to 59 points, which is silver, and gold, which is LEED gold. And the highest point will be 80 points, which is LEED platinum. So the project team can achieve more than 100 points also. But I believe no project has achieved the total 110 points so far. So there are what we call the LEED adaptations. These are what you call the different building types. So LEED can be, we can certify almost all building types as long as it meets the basic requirements. And LEED has 5 rating systems. We have the LEED building construction, LEED for building design and construction, for operation and maintenance. We have also for interior design, and LEED homes, and the operation and maintenance, and the neighborhood and development, the 5th one. So just take note of these 5 rating systems in LEED. So for example, if the project is a new construction, so what will be the reference guide for that one will be the building design and construction. And each specific rating system has a dedicated LEED professional. So if you are participating in an operation and maintenance certification, so it is better that a LEED accredited professional for operation and maintenance is involved in the project. Or if you are in the new construction, so a LEED AP for building design and construction should be one of the staff of the project team. So let's move forward with the important entities when it comes to LEED certification. We have GBCI, or the Green Business Certification Inc. So so GBCI primarily, the role of GBCI is to be the third-party certifying body. So they are the ones who certifies your building, and as well as they are credentialing the professionals. So they are awarding the professionals if they achieve or pass the LEED professional exam. So again, GBCI is a third-party certifying body. So they determine if the project adheres to the LEED building standard. So for USGBC, which is the entity that created the LEED rating system, it stands for the US Green Building Council, and its mission is to transform the way buildings and communities are designed, built, and operated, enabling an environmentally and socially responsible, healthy, and prosperous environment that improves the quality of life. So USGBC at present is more than just LEED. So it is focused on healthy, inclusive, sustainable, responsive, and resilient buildings, communities, and cities. So LEED's focus is not just on buildings. It is also focused on sustainable communities as well as certifying cities. So later on, I will show you an example of a certified LEED city. So again, GBCI is a third-party certifying body. They are the ones responsible for the certification of several green building rating systems. One of it is LEED. They are also responsible for other green building rating systems. So we have so many green building rating systems. We have PEER, which is focused on measurement and improvement of sustainable power system performance. The well building standard, which I discussed to you a while ago, which is focused on the primarily focused on the health and well-being of the occupant. We have a dedicated also green building rating system, which is on sites, as well as on a portfolio of portfolio in terms of real estate. There is also green building rating system that is focused on achieving zero waste. So GBCI is handling also that kind of certification. So moving forward with the LEED rating system. So this is the interface between the project team as well as the USGBC and GBCI. So again, USGBC is responsible for developing the reference guide and the rating system, and as well as providing education program. Me as a USGBC faculty, I am certified by USGBC to deliver educational program that is concerning about the LEED rating system. Then in terms of the third-party certifying body, we have GBCI, which is responsible for professional credential, as well as the certification of the projects. Then let's go forward with the LEED credit categories overview. So again, this is the project checklist. So you can see here, we have the credit categories, the location, transportation, sustainable sites, water efficiency, and so on. So if you will notice again, each credit category has the prerequisite and as well as the credits. So one of the credit category is the integrative process. So at the heart of the LEED rating system is the integrative process. So this credit looks into a synergistic or holistic approach among systems and components. It takes into account systems thinking to help achieve high levels of building performance, human comfort. According to LEED, the process should involve a rigorous questioning as well as coordination and challenge typical project assumptions. It looks into site conditions, about site conditions in terms of assessing the location's shading, exterior lighting, about hardscaping, the availability of incorporating landscaping, and how much water will it require. When it comes to massing and orientation, it will assess, project team has to assess about the orientation of the building that will affect the HVAC sizing, energy consumption, as well as lighting and renewable energy opportunities. So the question is, do we have a allocation, an area to put our renewable energy sources, as well as it looks into basic envelope attributes, the U values, window to wall ratios, about glazing, shading, and as well as window operability. Then when it comes to lighting levels, project team has to assess the interior surface reflectance, the lux level that is required for the space, and also looking into the thermal comfort ranges to assess the thermal comfort range options for the project team or for the project, as well as the plug and process load needs of the project. Then we have also the location and transportation. So the location and transportation credit category looks into the existing features of the surrounding community and the infrastructure that will affect the building users and behavior. It also encourages compact development, the alternative transportation. So if the project location is near a public transport or any alternative transportation, maybe near a mass transit or a metro station, then it will earn a higher point in LEED certification, as well as encouraging the project team to provide bicycle facilities and provide facilities for green vehicles. So EV charging stations are encouraged by LEED for the project team to implement. So the more of these features that will be incorporated to the project, of course, there are limitations. The higher the scores that can be achieved by the project team. Then when it comes to sustainable site focuses on understanding the site conditions such as topography, the climate, existing biodiversity, as well as the water sources. So other topics covered under sustainable sites include how to manage rainwater, creating open spaces, as well as minimizing exterior light pollution. Then for water efficiency, it focuses primarily on reducing the water usage through implementation of highly efficient water fixture for both outdoor and indoor water use as compared to a baseline. So it takes also into consideration the use of alternative water source such as grey water, rainwater, treated black water also, condensate water from HVAC system to name few. So again, in water efficiency concept, it follows the efficiency first approach, meaning use an efficient fixture first before considering alternative water sources. Then in terms of energy and atmosphere category, again, this one also follows the efficiency first approach by lowering the energy consumption in the building through passive strategies, highly efficient equipment, and implementation of energy conservation measures such as using LED lights, providing motion sensors, low U value, and solar heat gain, low U value and solar heat gain coefficient in glazing. The use of renewable energy is encouraged, but it has to be noted that renewable energy systems are just an icing on top of the cake if efficiency of the building is not prioritized. So again, efficiency first. We need to prioritize efficiency in our building. So moreover, this credit category has the potential to address the lead goal, which is the climate change. So another important goal for energy and atmosphere credit category is the use of environment-friendly refrigerant in our HVAC systems. And also the encouraging the project team to adhere to the commissioning of the building in order to achieve the full potential when it comes to during the operations of our facility. In terms of material and resources, according to LEED reference guide, the material and resources credit category focuses on minimizing the embodied energy and other impacts associated with the extraction, processing, transport, maintenance, and disposal of the building materials. So the requirements are designed to support the life cycle approach that improves the performance and promotes resource efficiency. So when it comes on with regards to indoor environmental quality category, this has been one of the center of discussion during the pandemic, as it involves elements and the requirements that enhances the indoor air quality and promote health and well-being. Actually, LEED has released the re-entry guideline that is focused primarily to the facility management, as well as how to enhance the indoor air quality or the indoor air quality and indoor environmental quality as a whole of the building during the re-entry as part of the post-COVID response. So here in this category, It focuses on the health and well-being of the building occupant, such as the use of the low-emitting materials, incorporating connection to the external environment through quality views and daylighting. And because LEED believes, for example, in daylight, it believes that it reinforces circadian rhythms and reduces the use of electrical lighting by introducing daylight in the space. So other factors that is being considered in this category is the thermal comfort, acoustic, and prohibition of environmental tobacco smoke. For the bonus points, the 10 points, we have the innovation. The innovation credit rewards project team if they are adopting innovative strategies. So basically, what the LEED is required to us is to innovate, to implement innovative technologies, innovative ideas in order to support the green building movement, in order to support whatever LEED doesn't cover in their LEED rating system. So it provides the project team a freedom to adopt innovative solutions in order to support the green building movement. Then we have also regional priorities. So the regional priority credit category addresses the regional requirement. For example, if the project team achieves a certain level of percentage in terms of energy savings, so there will be an additional credit points that will be awarded to the project team. So it focuses on the minimum thresholds that the project team can achieve, addressing the regional needs, or the country-specific needs of that specific location. So moving forward with the LEED certification process, there is a simple guideline for the certification process. We have only 4 steps in order to certify your building. The first one is to register the project. So again, one of the requirements before registering the project is to comply with the minimum program requirements, the 3 minimum program requirements. And of course, if there is a conflict between the local regulations and LEED, so we have to check about that one. So, but basically around the world, there has been no conflict between local regulations and LEED requirements. And as well as identifying what type of space or what type of building are we going to apply the LEED certification. So in terms of registering the project team has to sign a certification agreement with GBCI, and as well as pay the corresponding registration fee, either by credit card or check or wire transfer. So after registering the project, GBCI will send you the payment receipt. So we have also a second step is to apply. So here the project team will gather all the information, and then they will submit it to GBCI for review. So GBCI will review your documentation, proving that you adhere to the credit requirements, to the LEED requirements as per the reference guide. The LEED professional will provide the necessary guidance to the project team to achieve the success in terms of the LEED certification. Then we have also, once the project team has successfully achieved all the requirements, the project team will be awarded with the certification. GBCI will award the necessary or the applicable LEED certification level. So after the project has been certified, the LEED requirements doesn't stop there. The project team has to monitor the LEED project performance in terms of 5 categories, in terms of energy, water, waste, transportation, and human experience. So right now, the LEED project under building design and construction has to transition to LEED operations and maintenance. So the project team must maintain the current LEED certification level, or they can improve and achieve the next level certification level. For example, if the project team achieve gold level in under building design and construction, they can still pursue LEED Platinum during the operation and maintenance. So this is basically a summary of the whole LEED concept. So again, under the design and construction, there are several LEED professionals is involved. We have the BD plus C, Homes, ID plus C, and ND. So if you are a LEED professional, you can be involved under the design and construction. And LEED also can be applied to existing buildings. So under LEED operation and maintenance rating system. So again, what I have discussed a while ago from the design and construction, the project team can transition from design and construction rating system to operation and maintenance. So both LEED certified buildings and non-LEED certified buildings can go for LEED operation and maintenance. Again, it is important that the LEED professional will steer the LEED certification and the LEED journey of the project for the facility or for your building. So in terms of LEED operations and maintenance, it is a performance-based certification. Actual performance is required for 5 aspects, which is the energy, water, transportation, human experience, and waste. So going beyond LEED, currently LEED is aiming for LEED 0 in terms of energy, carbon, and water and waste. So this is a new program of LEED, which is LEED 0. So once your project has been certified under any in terms of building design, construction, operation, maintenance, the project team can pursue LEED 0. So there is a separate guidance for that one. So how can you make an impact, or how can you participate in a LEED certification? So as you know, there are different professionals in green buildings. We have LEED AP, we have WELL AP, Edge Expert, Edge Advisor. So there are so many. There are some of the professionals under using green building rating systems, or if you want to get involved with the sustainability in the environment. So in Philippines, we have also the PLGBC, which is the Accredited Design Associate ADA. We have certified verde professionals for PLGBC, and PGBI has also their own professional credentials or certifications, the ADA and the ADP, and the accredited assessor. So for LEED, there are 3 tiers of credential. So we don't say certified, for example, people or a professional is not addressed as certified professional in LEED. Rather, we address professional as a credential holder. So in LEED, we have 3 tiers of credentialing. We have the LEED Green Associate, which is the basic one. And we have 5 LEED professional, accredited professional under the building design, construction, operation and maintenance, ID plus C, as well as homes and ND. And we have also the LEED fellow. So for you to start the LEED journey, you have to start first as a LEED Green Associate. Then if you wish to pursue forward, you can go for the LEED accredited professional, choosing either one of those AP, or you can choose all accredited professionals. Then for Lead Fellow is the highest award that is being given by the green building community. These are green building professional that exposits extraordinary level of lead knowledge that has been in the industry for the past 10 years and has been nominated by a lead fellow also. So there's a stringent process before you can be a lead fellow. So these are some of the benefits of having a lead credential in terms of individual benefit. So it will attract more employer for you to be employed, and as well as again a marketable credential to an employer or prospective employer or a client. Then it has also a benefit when it comes to the employer itself, because it strengthens qualification when it comes to responding to the request for proposals that requires the lead AP or the lead professional, as well as in terms of the industry, as it supports and facilitates the transformation of the built environment. And there are complete information on this one if you are interested in pursuing the lead certification, the lead credentialing. You can also create your own profile in usgbc.org. So it's free, you can create. So again, the exam for lead green associate or lead professional will cover these topics. Basically the lead process as well as the lead credit categories. And if you are interested, for students who are participating in this webinar, you can avail for $100 exam fee for students. For non-members, for professionals, the exam fee is $250. So it is actually a 100-item exam. Then the passing is around 170 out of 100 out of a 200 scale score. So the exam will be 2 hours and 20 minutes. So basically it's a 2-hour exam. So because the 20 minutes will be the orientation during the exam or during the CBT exam. So it is a computer-based exam. You can take it also at home, at the convenience of your home, but provided that you will adhere with the Prometric guidelines. So after you pass the credential, you can use it as a post-nominal designation. If you become a lead green associate, so you can use it as a post-nominal designation as a lead green associate or the lead as a lead EP. So once you pass, your credential will be reflected. You will have a badge which will be visible public. So your employer can check on your credential in usgbc.org. So it is available there. Everyone can see your credential. So as a lead professional, you can be involved in any phase of the project or the whole life cycle of the project of the building, from the design or the earlier design phase, from the conceptual going forward to schematic design, then detail design. Then you can participate also during the tendering process as well as in the construction. Then moving forward to operations. And if there are opportunities when it comes to retrofit or major renovations, and even during the demolition of the project. So you are involved in the whole life cycle of the building. So some of the green career profiles that you can that can be involved as a lead professional. You can be in several of these green career professionals. There is also right now what we call Chief Sustainability Officer in any company. If you have the lead professional credential, then it will be advantageous to that organization. So if you are interested in having your lead journey, there are three pathways that you can go for. One is to have a self-study, or you can be coached or mentored by a LEED professional, or you can enroll in a preparatory course as well. So in LEED also caters for LEED certify also cities. Dubai is one of the highest rated LEED city in the world. It was awarded as LEED Platinum city, one of the LEED Platinum city in the world. So I think that ends my presentation. I hope I'm still on time. I will leave you this message from Jane Goodall that every day you live, you impact the planet. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that I have accomplished my objective for this afternoon. Thank you.
There you go. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sir Ryan, for the very informative session, of course. Okay, Zep, anything in mind before we proceed with the Q&A?
Okay, before we proceed for the Q&A, please take note, an authorized of recording of this webinar is not allowed. So you may result in validating your participation. Okay, please take note of that.
There you go. There you go. The one you see on the screen, actually.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, Zep, for the reminder.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to all the viewers again in our Facebook Live. Good afternoon to everybody. Yan, sige. Let's start with the Q&A. Sir Ryan, well, since we have limited time, we could only accommodate a few questions, like 2 to 4, maybe. Yeah. I'll be asking the first question. Sir Ryan, no? I believe you also have an access with the Q&A field. Tama po?
Yes, sir.
Yan, sige. All right, first question. Walang name. But anyway, are there organizations in the Philippines giving seminars, orientations about LEED?
Since I'm not based in Philippines, sir, right now I don't know if there are, but I think yes, because there are LEED projects in Philippines, but I cannot give a specific organization that caters for it. One, because one is that I'm not, I'm not entitled to divulge their names, and since that I'm not currently in Philippines, so I'm not sure if there are. But of course, there should be, because there are LEED projects in the Philippines. But I believe CCESC and Mapua can provide the necessary training for LEED.
There you go.
Yes, thank you,
sir.
Go for Mapua.
You also help us.
That's the only one that I can say. I'm not entitled, but I can say that go for Mapua. Mapua will provide you the necessary training for the LEED credential.
Yes. So thank you very much, sir. For another question, sir. Anonymous, okay. Is global warming and the whole of ozone layer connected? Because if it is, then what can you say about the investigation of scientists from Copernicus Atmosphere Monitoring Service that the ozone layer is finally healing, but you said that the global warming has increased about 1% more? What do you mean by that, sir?
They are interrelated to each other. But in terms of terms of the ozone layer, it is caused by the refrigerants, the freons that we are using. The ozone layer has been healed actually. There is no more holes in our ozone layer because of the Montreal Protocol that was adhered to by countries, and banning the high global warming and ODP, or the ozone depletion potential refrigerants. So we have banned the CFCs already, and currently there are free or refrigerants that is being developed that will ban the HFC. So the ozone layer is currently healed, But still, we have, in terms of global warming, we have still a problem because the amount of carbon dioxide that is being present in the atmosphere is high, and we need to cap actually the sources of the carbon dioxide in the air, in the atmosphere.
There we go. Sir, thank you so much. And I hope that answers the questions for wala kasing name. But anyway, here's the third question, Sir Ryan. I believe parang nasagutan na natin to kanina. But anyway, what are the requirements to become a lead coordinator?
A lead coordinator is a term that is used by projects. Sometimes they use it. Basically, it should be a lead professional. It is a role in a lead coordinator is a role that is being used. So to become a lead coordinator, of course, you have to become a lead professional. You have to be a credential professional. It's either you pass the exam for as a lead green associate or as a lead accredited professional. The lead coordinator will depend on the type of project. For example, if the lead coordinator is involved in a new construction or a building design and construction, then you have to be to get the best benefit is to pursue the requirements for lead accredited professional for building design and construction. So much better. So the requirements for lead coordinator should address the knowledge and skill when it comes to the requirements of the lead rating system that is being adopted by the project.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. So, Gazep, I guess you also have another question.
Yes, it's from Joshua. So let's say, sir, you have the project under the LED 2009, and then there is now the LED version 4.1. So what guidelines should we follow? The 2009 or the version 4.1?
Okay, this is a good question because I have a project also that is LEED version 2009 or LEED version 3. Mm-hmm. And now, as what I've said a while ago, LEED currently has a beta version which is LEED 4.1. So if your project is registered under LEED 2009 or LEED version 2009, it has to adhere to LEED version 2009. But there is a limitations right now. We have what we call the sunset date. The project now is transitioning to the higher version, meaning the sunset date for LEED version 9 will be on June 30 this year, 2022. Meaning the project team has to submit their design credits for review to GBCI before June 30, 2022. But if they fail to submit the design credit on June 30, 2022, what will happen to the project is they need to transition to LEED version 4 or LEED version 4.1. So di na pwede yung they will be cancelled for LEED version 2009.
Okay. There we go. So, sir, thank you so much. The time now is 4:36. I guess last two questions. Okay lang, sir? Ryan?
Yes po.
Sige po. All right. What we got here? Ito, sir. Possible po bang ma-accredit if we focus on design only? Well, yun po yung action question niya.
Come again po, sir?
Hang on. Possible po bang ma-accredit if we focus on design only? A complete
I think the question should be I don't know if the question is relates to certification or accrediting the professional. Mm-hmm. because there's a that the certification and accredit is there are these are two terms, two different terms. Accreditation is for professionals, then certification is for the buildings or for the projects. So if you are if you are talking about accredit in terms of the design, I'm not sure about what will I answer about this one.
Okay. Sige sir, baka there's a missing part wherein, para mas makomplete yung questions. But anyway, sige po, let's proceed with another one. Moving forward, can a building with several retrofitting activities be certified for LEED?
Yes, sir. It can be, it can undergo actually the LEED operation and maintenance certification. But the project team has to follow the guidelines in the reference guide for operation and maintenance, because the one that I showed a while ago, the LEED project checklist, so they need to select the credits that needs to be adhered by the project team. So yes, you can certify retrofitted projects also. But right now, retrofitting a project and then undergoing LEED certification is easy, because you will use the ARC platform. So they will guide you if your retrofit is enough to undergo the LEED certification.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
All right, there you go.
So for the last question, I guess it's one of the best question I guess I see is, why is LEED not governing the aquatic resources fields as irresponsible fishing, considering that it's one of the biggest contributor in global warming? Just by that, sir, why is it LEED not governing the aquatic resources?
Right now, LEED really is not focusing on that one, because it focuses only on the built environment. But if, for example, if there will be if the project team will submit, for example, and because we have in LEED the innovation credit category, which I discussed a while ago. If that innovation, for example, if that idea, for example, if the project team submits an idea that will be in line with the LEED impact categories, the one that we have discussed about the impact categories, then that can be the USGBC can award the project team with an additional 1 point for that one. But basically, in terms of that question, LEED is focused primarily on the built environment. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you so much, Sir Ryan. Thank you so much. Well, guys, those who have...
there's a question here regarding the... should I have an engineering course in order for me to enroll for LEED? It's not... LEED is not basically for engineers and architects. LEED is for all. Even if you are in a healthcare sector, you can also take the LEED credential as a LEED Green Associate. But of course, you need to because most of the items in LEED are technical, but still you can participate in the LEED credential program. Because by what I mean here is that by knowing the strategies when it comes to a sustainable building, because when we say sustainable building, it's not just about energy conservation, water conservation, but of course, it focuses also on health and wellness of the building occupant. So if you learn these things, you can implement it in your organization. You can influence your management to adopt sustainable strategies in order to create a space that is more more inclusive about the sustainability strategies. So it's for everyone. LEED is for everyone, not just for AECs. not just for that
Ayan.
one.
There you go. You heard it right. So again, para sa lahat, yung LEED certification natin, hindi lang siya for engineering. But anyway, Sir Ryan, again, thank you so much for your time. And then we do apologize for the, of course, unanswered questions because we only have, an hour, to complete everything here. So for those participants that is here on Zoom and also of course, in Facebook Live, this webinar is actually serve as a teaser and of course our marketing strategy as well. So if you find this very helpful for your career, don't you guys worry because we will send you the details of the training. At this time, di na siya free, all right? Di na siya free. Don't you worry, we will also have another run with Sir Ryan. Siya din po ang magiging instructor natin. We'll just, check his availability probably April or May, diba? So don't you guys worry, we will send you the things you need para makapag-review kayo ng training na to. Para sa ganun, you can consider us in taking this training. So again, no more questions, no?
Yeah.
Thank you again, Sir Ryan, and everybody for helping us to make this possible. And last thought, Sir Ryan, before we end.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anything in mind before we end, before we adjourn?
You want to say, sir? Something.
Okay. Again, thank you so much. Sorry. Again, thank you so much, CCESC, for this opportunity, as well as to the current participants right now. We have 281. Thank you so much for your time. And I hope that you learned something from me. Medyo binilisan ko na kasi I'm time bounded kasi yung ano natin. So thank you so much. So if you want to learn more about LEED, don't hesitate to contact Mapua CCESC for if you want more advanced training for this one. So we are here to help you based on our skill and also with the experience that we have here in overseas. So we can always provide you the necessary training for that one. And again, thank you. So let's start building a community that supports sustainability. The word sustainability is a big one. So we have a climate change issue. So let's focus on that one. And it's good to start schools. Actually, the academe is a very good area in order to strengthen sustainability in mind of the students. So our next leader should be focused on these things in terms of sustainability. Again, thank you so much and God bless.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir Zeph, maybe you could remind everybody regarding the training event evaluation.
Yes, actually, the event evaluation will be available in the chat room. So you must accomplish that link to get your certificate of attendance. So that's all. So, Sir Luis?
So mga nagtatanong po, we will not provide, of course, the certificate of attendance today, no? Earliest would be, of course, next week kasi we will have to consolidate a person kung sino nakakomplete ng evaluation natin. All right? So I hope that secures everything. Of course, thank you again so much for your time. This has been Luis, your program host, signing off. Thank you guys so much. Keep safe, everybody.
Yes, thank you. And this is Seth. See you in our next webinar, March 31. So entitled Building Information Modeling. Gateway to Virtual Design Construction and the FMA. So again, thank you very much and see you all next webinar.
Thank you guys.
Ciao.
Later on, you'll see on the screen the list of there you go, list of our next webinars or events this March. Nice.
things. Build great things. The first 16-bit microchip and Windows graphics accelerator built by a Mapuan, Dato Banatao. Windows turned into environment-friendly solar panels. A leading local business enterprise built by Alfonso Supetran. A system that studies earthquakes. A nano satellite that gathers data from outer space. Award-winning Filipino films watched around the world. What if we told you you could build any of these things? Or all of them? Let's get to building. Be a Mapuan and build something great.